DJDUBL. How you doing, Double? You good?
I'm all right, man. Let's
Yeah.
let's just start. Let's start.
I
That's
mean,
it.
come on. It's not like we don't know each other. Like,
Exactly.
what is this?
I'm here with Shakka with 2K.
Yeah. Should we do like the thing where we applaud each other for no particular reason? It has to be out of time, so like it can give the impression that there's more than one person. Exactly. What you saying, man? How you doing?
I'm all right, bro. Life is good.
Yeah, man. Life is good.
Life's
man.
good for you as well.
Life is really
Shakka
good.
with 2K's, aka the guy that's always smiling.
Come on.
Always.
The thing, you have to. You have to smile, otherwise it's long. Sometimes I don't feel like smiling, but when I'm with good people and we're promoting good stuff, what? Smile, bruv.
Exactly.
Smile, bruv.
So last time I had you on the show,
Clean teeth and that.
Lost Boys EP was a thing that happened,
Yes, that did happen.
and then
That did happen.
since then, so that was like a year. Since then, a lot of stuff's happened.
Yeah, for real.
But I feel I've got a bone to pick, really. Like
always have a bone
I
to
don't want to get off on the wrong foot, but you lied to me, bro.
What did I say?
When I spoke to you, I was like, the A&Rs must be jumping down your throat. The labels must be chasing you down the road.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool being independent, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm all right as an independent. I swear, the next day, the next day, I saw this article. Shakka signs it, and I was like, bro, how can you do me like that?
Because I don't like telling people about things until they actually happen.
Right.
I never like telling people anything about music, about my progress, about a new car, about house.
I'm the same.
I never say nothing until it's actually happened. Like,
Yeah.
it's a rule for me. Like, I'd rather just be in the background, do the thing that I need to do, remind myself about the reason why I'm doing it, and then when it
scream about
happens
it.
and they find out and they ask me, then I'll tell them about it. But if I'm telling people about it, I forget about what I'm doing and why I'm doing. I'm just too concerned about what other people think.
My mindset exactly. So you're forgiven.
Come on.
I forgive you, bro.
I was forgiven before you said I was forgiven.
That was a good apology.
Come on.
What's the difference in I guess work rate between being an independent artist to being now a major label artist?
It's funny. It's funny you say that. There is no difference. If anything, it's more of a work rate. It's more of a work rate. You do have quality control though, and what that means is when you get signed, you do have a lot of people telling you, yo, it would be wise if you put this out, or it wouldn't be wise if you put this out.
Yeah.
So you have people who are advising you on the best practices to go based on who they've signed before, based on who they've worked with before. Obviously, everybody is not the same, and so you may have differences in opinion, but the fact of the matter is you're collaborating with people who are helping to put your music out to more people, which is ultimately what you want.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I feel like the work rate afterwards, it's, if not been the same, then it's definitely been like twice as more than before, only because like I'm doing a lot of interviews, I'm doing video shoots, photo shoots, I'm doing a lot more press, and all that kind of stuff just requires energy and time and investment. Plus I'm always in the studio coming up with choruses. There's a reason why I say choruses more so than songs, is because once you've come up with a chorus, in my opinion, song's already done. So yeah,
The rest writes itself.
the rest writes itself. But yeah, work rate's pretty high, man.
But the good news is it's all getting paid for now. So
Dude, I'm having to pay back everything. Like, I'm not fooled by any of the friggin' advances or any of that kind of stuff. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm paying rent a lot easier than I was last year. That I can tell you.
I'm happy for you,
sure,
bro.
man.
I really am. Congratulations on the MOBO.
Thank you, brother.
Best R&B/soul act
Second time
in the world.
Second time.
Second year running.
Second year running. I really can't complain. All I can say is thank you, mummy and daddy, for thinking I was worth piano lessons.
There you go. There you go. And now you have matching. What are they called? Book stands. The things at the end of either on the bookshelf to stop your books falling off.
I do
You've
have
got matching
those.
ones now.
I've got matching ones. I'm telling you, I've got bare books as well. So
There you
it
go.
would just look beautiful if I just got the MOBOs on the side. They won't even know it's the MOBOs on the side because they'll be like, the side view.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. I'm very thankful about that, for sure.
A lot of people have been very critical about the MOBOs, especially this year. So like winning a MOBO, what does that mean to you now?
Yeah. I get the satisfaction of knowing that my parents can see the fact that I've been rated as highly as contemporaries and as past legends as Destiny's Child
Yeah.
and Beverly Knight, and as successful artists such as Sam Smith. Like, people see it and they'll be like, yo, like this is a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
yo, like it's televised and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for being able to post a picture on Instagram and show the fans, yo, like, we got this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not about a personal feeling. Yeah, it definitely feels good to be acknowledged, but when I was 5, I didn't say I wanted to be a MOBO award winner. I said I wanted to be a singer. And because of that, it's never changed, it's never faltered. So where I am today is more appreciative of the journey that I've come with the products that I've put out, and also thankful for the plaudits that people have given me.
Love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Do you think it's difficult to do what you're doing in the UK when there's let's face it, there's not really a R&B scene in the UK. There's artists. No, I mean, there's a lot of
you're right.
very good R&B artists.
Yes, but there's no scene.
But there's no actual scene.
There's no thriving
it's
scene.
not
You
really
haven't
a
seen,
thing in the UK.
You haven't seen like a mixtape. You haven't seen like what's it called?
There's
SBTV doesn't stand for Singing Bars TV. It stands for Smoky Bars TV.
Yeah.
And so it's like that in itself is, but it's not a bad thing. If anything, it just means that it's a challenge and an opportunity for us to be able to create one. And the thing is, we have dope artists that come from the UK that do that. Like we have people like James Blake. We have our Michael Kiwanukas and our Neos and our Ray Blacks, and alongside myself and many other artists who have come from the scene who are murking. And so for me, it's like I don't really like. Yeah, on one hand, it's like, yo, it would be dope if we had more platforms that existed that allowed us to be able to do all sorts of stuff. But then on the other hand, it's like, yo, I'm making music.
Yeah.
And people are listening to it, and DJs are spinning it, and people are coming to the shows. Like, I sold out Coco a couple months ago. Like, that is a damage. Like, it was one of my goals to be able to do that. So, like, I'm not pandering any challenge or any hitch up that I've had. I'm just trying to win. You know what I mean?
What's the difficult thing about being Shakka?
The difficult thing about being Shakka is that I'm impressionable, which means that I like a lot of different things and I see the beauty and greatness everywhere. But then what that means is I want to do it. So if I see someone doing a backflip, I want to do a backflip because it looks sick. But I'm making beats, so I can't do backflips or practice backflips whilst I've got to make a project or an EP or something. And whilst that is a very clinical example, it's a representation and a symbol of everything. Be it the styles of music that I want to do, be it the fact that acting looks good and I've done it before and it's fun, or be it performing on stage where I want to do certain things and I can't based on whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like it's difficult being me because I love life. And what I need to do is find out and accept the fact that time is finite, so I have to find out the truest passions of my soul and do it to the best of my ability. That's one of the difficult things about being me.
That's the sickest answer, you know. That is dope. Why is the new EP called the Island EP?
The new it's mad. I'm giggling because I proper put effort into making these beats. Right, I'm all breaking sofas. I proper put effort into making these beats and to making these songs.
Yeah.
To the point where when I listen to stuff like Inner London, I just think like I just want to perform this live now. Like I don't want to do this interview. I just want to go holler at my agent. Don't worry, it's all good. You suck. No, I want to go to my agent and be like, yo, we need to do this show now. We need to holler at all the man them, holler at Jay, holler at Frisk, holler at Wretch, Gigs, everybody, and be like, yo, come, let's just murk in it and just destroy a stage. Like that's what I want to do. And it's because I'm genuinely passionate and excited about the music that I've made. And I'm so happy that I'm at this stage because I invested a lot of time and hours into making sure that these choruses were of a quality that I'm appreciative about and of a quality that my team thinks is just dope rather than just being in my head. The EP is called The Island. The reason why it's called The Island is because this is where we escape to after we've been stuck in the dystopian London of the Lost Boys. So the Lost Boys, as many of you might know, and as you obviously have heard the EP, is based in a futuristic London where everything is mashed up and music is banned and women is banned and me and the man them trying to escape the madness, right? And then the island is where it's the island that we've washed up on.
Right.
And the on this island, women and music are in abundance. And so different to the previous island where there's no music and there's no women, this time we're kind of finding out how to navigate ourselves between that as well as substances that I'm not allowed to mention on radio, and all sorts of fun stuff. Like it's oh man, I'm so happy about it. And the hard thing is the fact that the storyline so far hasn't been unveiled to the tribe, to the people, to the listeners, but it will be.
So there's a third part?
This is the second part. The only reason why I mentioned that is because the skits aren't on the EP that people are listening to now.
Yeah, that's something I noticed.
But I've played snaps to a bunch of different fans and stuff, so it's coming. It's coming.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Wretch 32, Gigs, Mr. Vegas.
All legends in their own right. I'm very humbled for them to even think that I was worthy of a 16.
How did you pick them?
I'm fans of them. So for me in my brain, I was just like, it don't make sense to not have them on the EP. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, the difference between the last EP and this EP is that we're in a place now where our bodies are doing the talking. So we're listening to music and looking at women and being like, yo, why is my body reacting this way? And so I want to represent that with the music. So there's a lot more bass. There's a lot harder beats. Like there's a lot more of the lyrics are definitely centered around what my body wants to say more so than what I want to tell people what I'm thinking about. And so these people just make sense to have on the EP. Vegas destroys a stage and a dancehall stage. Absolutely, anywhere he goes. Gigs, same thing. Wretch, same thing. When it comes to them performing in certain places or festivals or whatever, they just destroy it. So for me, it's like it's only right that I have these guys there. You know, I'm so excited. I'm stuttering words. It's mad. It's crazy.
Now, despite being the MOBOs best R&B/soul act 2 years running,
yes,
like I find it difficult to really put you in a box in terms of genre. Like, I wouldn't say you were strictly R&B. Like Love the Way, for example, the record with Mr. Vegas.
I'm chatting.
I'd say no, but not just that. I'd say that was a reggae tune.
Yeah, it is.
There's a very dub bass to it. Like it's a reggae record in my opinion.
It's dub and trap in combination.
Do you see yourself as an R&B artist, or are you just making Shakka music?
I'm just making Shakka music. You hit the nail on the head. I'm just making Shakka music. Someone once asked me, like, what do you call this art form? I call it tribe, and he's like, yeah, it's not really gonna fly. Like, it doesn't really work. And in my brain, I'm like, okay, cool. But the rest of the world calls it tribe.
Right.
Like, I go to shows and they're like, yo, we're part of the tribe. This tribe music that you have is sick. I'm one of the Lost Boys. I'm there with you on the island. And we've come from the tribe and this bangs. Like, they don't really care about what genre they put it in. They just know that it bangs. In the same way that people don't really care what genre they put J Hus or Mo Stacks in. Because they have influence from Afrobeat music and hip-hop and dancehall. But it bangs. So no one asks questions. They just go to the show and turn the hell up because it's just dope. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing else other than that.
Don't Call Me.
Yes.
Another strong record.
Yes.
Rough breakup?
Nah. I think it's more the idea of amalgamating many other breakups into one song.
Oh, okay. It's like this is like the relationship life story.
Pretty much.
Into one song.
Like it's and I know a lot of writers would agree with me as well. Like when they're writing songs in general, when they're chopping up different ideas to then write a song, like it's literally that. These are slices of life. And sometimes one song may not equal one slice. One song may equal many slices, which means I'm taking stories from your lifestyle. I'm taking stories from my friend's lifestyle. And their breakup may not have been that elaborate, or their relationship may not have been the best relationship that they want. And the tiny little stories and the reasons why make songs. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like, your mom said more than hello. Like, small talking was a long thing. Like, all that kind of stuff. These are lines that exist in people's lives. And so it's like, why not just put it on wax? Like, why not just say, I thought I told you before, don't call me. Unless you're in pain on the floor, don't call me. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are things that we want to say, so.
Some of my exes, I'd be like, even if you're in pain, even if you're in pain
we
on
want
the
to
floor,
say that.
Just don't bother.
You know what I mean?
Just don't call.
We want to say that. The person you're with is going to take care of you now. It's all good. It's all good. Life is nice. But yeah, man, just put it on wax and be honest with it. I only try to make music that connects with people. And if it's not raw, then it's not connecting.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
Inner London with gigs. How did the conversation to instigate that record go?
He heard the Elephants. He heard the remix that I did with Walking with Elephants for Frisco.
So he got jealous of Frisco, basically.
Do you know what it is? He saw me perform at Wireless, not this year but last year, and was filming it and putting it on Instagram. And in my brain, I'm like, this is mad because this is Hollow Man. So, but at the same time, I'm like, my song is sick. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm so glad that, you know, people like him are like messing with the thing. So we just stayed in contact ever since. I stayed in contact with his manager, Bucks. I've seen him and the team like in many different musical occasions, even at one of our contemporaries' performances or whichever. And the fact is, I respect him and I like his music. And it took me a while for me to fully get why gigs were sick, because it was an unconventional flow and an unconventional delivery. But when I got it, and when I saw the flows and I saw the bars and I saw how versatile it was, and I saw how he took his time to get to that versatility, in my brain I'm like, I can't say anything about this guy other than he's sick.
Yeah.
And then being in the studio with him and seeing how how confident he is, like when he's dropping the bars, and he hasn't even finished his verse. He's like nah, that's kind of sick, you know, still. And it's mad, because it's like...
Before he's finished recording, yeah.
He ain't finished. And I've seen him write in many other sessions, even when he did sessions with Tiny. I was in the studio when he was recording for that. And it's the same thing. It's like, yo, like, and Wretch has that syndrome too, where he writes a line and it's like, you know them like, it's strong in a doggy. And I'm like, how do you believe that the moment you've written it? I mean, obviously, you're like, when you write something, you're like, no, that's a cold line.
Yeah.
You'll record it. But then there may be delivery issues, or there may be like, oh, I'm going to record that line again, or it's not that cool. Them man don't care. They just like, yo, this is bad, and I don't care what anyone else thinks, this is bad. And he felt that way when he wrote the verse for the Inner London. And so in my brain, I'm like, when I perform this live, it's going to be mad for everybody, man. I'm telling you. It's sick, man. It's so sick.
Yeah, the power of self-belief as well.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy.
That was a good gigs impression you did, you know.
Listen, after spending some time with him, especially as I'm, you know, I like sound and I like creating sound, I kind of have to get used to all that stuff. But nah, man, it's good to be able to record a song that about what's really going on, what's really, really, really happening in my town, in my city, in my hometown, in the place where I grew up.
Yeah.
And then having someone like Giggs come from a place where it's also happening to him. Do you know what I mean? So it's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
I said, I should have gone, Did you like what I did?
It took me a while to process it.
Yo, Babes, as well.
Yeah, man.
I want to say one thing about that record. I entirely agree about the no hugs when you got makeup online.
I beg you,
How
lie me
many
with the makeup.
shoulders of tops have been ruined?
And you can't. And
the
when you put them
foundation.
in the wash, it's almost as if it contains a substance that cannot be cleaned.
It spreads to the rest of the...
It's mad. It's so mad. Like, girls just don't kick. I've got to look good. Like, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to withstand it. No, don't hug me. Shake your hand. Keep it moving,
Just
innit?
a spud. I don't want to even shake your hand. We're not pinky promising. We're just going to spud.
Nah. Just spud it. Just spud it. But nah, it's real talk. I just wanted to write a song that, that gravitated towards women and reassure them that they're fine before they put makeup on.
Exactly.
In every aspect, in every facet of the world.
Positive messages.
You're hot, man. You had me at Yo, Babes.
The Island EP is out now.
And it's the sickest.
It's the sickest.
It is the sickest. I don't think you understand. I have made dope EPs in my time. Nah, I've made music that I'm really proud of. But the Island, fam. When you play this, it's mad. I don't know what happens. I played Turn Off the Lights to like a bunch of my friends. Mm-hmm. And they hear the intro and then they hear the drop and they're like, hold on, no, let me rewind a bit. And this is a constant theme with everybody who plays the stuff. So yeah, it's cool if you haven't heard it. Like, you're missing out on happiness. I mean, obviously. But aside from that, yeah, man, it's just a sick, fun body of work that I can't wait to perform, man. It's so sick.
So for the unhappy, depressed people at home that haven't heard it yet,
go get happy and go get non-depressed.
How and where? So we've got all the major digital outlets, as well as what? All the streaming outlets as well?
Of course. It's on Amazon, it's on iTunes, it's on Deezer, it's on Spotify, it's on Tidal, it's on Apple Music, it's everywhere. You have no excuse as to whether or not you haven't heard this EP yet. Go download it, go listen to it now.
Go check it out. Where are you going to be in 10 years from now, Shakka?
10 years from now, I'm going to have a manor in Gloucester. In Gloucester. There's space there. You can't have a manor in London. It's a bit of a mad thing. I'm going to have a manor in Gloucester. I'm going to have a label of my own, a production company of my own. I'm going to have 25 children with the sickest wife in the world. Probably 20 of them will be adopted. I don't think she can handle childbirth of that number and capacity. And I'm also going to have, where is this, 25 or 10 years from now?
10 years from now.
Probably going to have 7 classic albums under my belt.
You just said you're going to have like 25 kids in 10 years' time.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to you, bro.
I'm going to try.
DJ Double here with Shakka with 2Ks.
2Ks!
Yeah, I don't even want you to review my album anyway. I didn't ask you to review it. Like, you know them ones, if you think man's such a savage and an animal and that, get someone else to do it. Like, you know them ones.
They wasn't really rating.
Like, you had a chance maybe to do something that's highly, but then it might not benefit Western. How would you choose, like?
I think everything we do individually represents Western.
DJDUBL.